Okay, so next up, I'm going to introduce Brady Jurn, who is a remarkable guy. He's an author in his own right. He just had a short story published in this anthology, Brave New Girls. And so I'd like to welcome Mr. Brady Jurn. Hey,
Hi.
how are you? Thank you so much for coming. It means the world to me that you were able to make the time, because I know you're so busy. You've got so much going on.
Hey, thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
So tell me about Brave New Girls. That's what I want to hear about.
Oh, well, I'm actually writing the next story, my next submission right now. It's called The Refuge. And anyhow, Brave New Girls is an anthology series created by two authors who I really like, Paige Daniels and Mary Fan. It is a young adult series. And in this anthology series, it's about teenage heroines, young girls who are interested in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, fields in those areas. And they have an interest and they excel in STEMs. And the heroines are in either a sci-fi, dystopian, or a steampunk setting. And they use their brains and their skill of science and to save the day. I have right here, this is the first one, which I got at Gen Con. And
how was Gen Con? Did you have a good time?
It was awesome. It was not what I expected. I knew there's a lot. I was researching about it, and they were like, "Oh wow, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of games get played here." Well, that's what it is. It's a gaming convention.
Yeah, my cousin used to go every year. Yeah, my cousin used to go every year, and I actually have friends. My friend Amanda's husband, Anthony, he does like a gaming show, and he was at Gen Con too.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And if you're into writing,
huge. I heard it's huge.
There's some really good writing seminars, whether you're into gaming or not. And yeah, if you're into writing, they've got good panels there. And there's a lot of stuff to do. A lot of cosplayers. It's huge cosplaying convention too. So it was a lot of fun. So yeah, Brave New Girls. It's roughly 20-some stories. All the proceeds for this anthology go towards the Society of Women Engineers Scholarship Fund. So all the money, when you buy one of these, it's going to help put a girl through school.
That is incredible.
There's a lot of stories. These are very thick books. And
oh yeah, I was surprised when I got mine. I'm like, wow, this is huge.
And they all have really nice artwork to accompany every story. Every story gets a piece of artwork, and anyone can submit a story. And they're taking submissions right now. You can submit a story at bravenewgirls.weebly, weebly.com. And that's where you can send submissions if you want to write a short story about a girl that's into STEM and has an adventure in outer space and uses her knowledge of mathematics to save the day. You can do that. And you can also buy these books on Amazon, and you can go to maryfan.com. She's one of the authors / editors at maryfan.com. And that's where you can find them. But yeah, they're on Amazon. You can get them for your Kindle. I have 2 for my Kindle. And so that's Brave New Girls. And I'm really excited about, I'm going to be writing 2 stories I'm going to be submitting.
So that's awesome.
I believe in having a plan B. And so, yeah, that's my gig. I kind of was on a roll with that. I have other things I want to write. But since I already had that fresh in my head, that mindset of the young adult and the STEMs, I'm going full bore for this for the next couple months probably.
So here's the art that they did for your book, for your story, for your story. Tell us a little bit about the Microscope.
Microscope was originally called The Afterthought, and it was for an anthology that I'd like to publish someday called What Keeps Me Safe, speculative fiction stories about badass moms and dads. I was inspired by Mary Fan's anthology, Badass Moms. I said, that's great, but I'm going to do some dads too, because I know a lot of badass dads. And so when that came out, it would be a year and a half almost. And I just started brainstorming. What if I was part of the Crazy 8 Press and I was going to write? What if I had one to submit? So I had just one idea. So I have about 13 stories. And my story, I basically turned that into a Brave New Girl story. But I had to make it less about the mom, more about the teenage girl. And that's what I did. And the editor, Mary Fan, had to help me in the editing process, tweak that. And they were like, listen, you got to focus more on her. And the editing process was a huge learning experience. As much as the tedium of writing is a big thing, but the editing is a whole different beast. It's a whole other ballgame. It's very creative. It's very collaborative. And I learned a lot. I took notes. so
And
that's
a
where it
very
came
famous
from.
author helped you with it too, right?
What's that?
A very famous author that in the Star Trek world helped. Did he read it? Was it? Did he read
Oh
that one?
yeah. I got my story beta read by two authors that I'm pretty tight with. Christopher D. Abbott, who writes Sherlock Holmes pastiches, and he's also written some Egyptian fantasy novels. He has beta read a lot for me on two other stories, and Michael Jan Friedman gave me a couple reads too, and gave me some input.
I
And
love Michael
so
Jan Freeman
yeah,
so
I mean
much.
that's a big deal getting feedback from him. He's like, I'm willing to help you with this and take the time, and he did, and I got a lot from both of those guys. So it's invaluable, and the story was very personal to me. I threw stuff from my childhood. It deals with more than just a sci-fi element. It's a very simplistic, from the heart story. I always said, I'm never going to tell sad stories when I get older. But what am I doing?
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's a pretty. Yeah, you shocked me, and I was moved, and it's a beautiful story. So
thank
I
you.
hope everybody will go out and get the book, to help girls in STEM because it's so important.